Hey guys, Connor here. I'm actually going to be doing something completely different this time. The Volcanic 101 is still in production, but unfortunately I tend to get distracted very easily, and I also have college work. A hefty amount of college work. So I just want to do a quick little shitty video that isn't a shitpost. So you see, before I went into making 101s, I was into the, and still am in, the custom card community. I do remember some of my older cards being broken, and I thought just for fun, I would take one of my earlier custom archetypes, and I changed them all to Earth Fairies because I like Zolga the Prophet. And this is the story of the worst ever match on Dueling book I've ever encountered. Mainly because my opponent was a fucking idiot. So I win the rock, paper, scissors bit and go first. And this is my hand. In the context of the deck, it's not terrible, but not great. I'll put a link to my archetype in the description down below, but for now I'll have to show you the duel proper. I summon Makaria and then use Zolga's effect to summon herself on my hand and excavate the top 5 cards of both our decks. And this is when the stupidity happened. So we fast forward, and this guy's pissed off that this card exists. A card made by Konami themselves, and he thinks I made it, and he thinks I made a busted-ass card. Zolga the fucking Prophet. He says, that is bullshit. Broken. Also, I forget to put in main phase 1 here. It's fine, I tend to do that a lot on Dueling books. So I looked at both our top 5 cards. Fast forwarding here because he takes a little while. And then I use Celestial Transformation to summon the Melano and Link summon Zagreus. Now, here's what just happened. This guy dropped this card on me, and needless to say, when the card or effect is activated that includes any of these effects, in other words, when your opponent Yu-Gi-Ohs by activating their effects, negate and banish. But, see the problem on my right side of the screen? I did not declare the effect of my monster. And you'll see his rationale in a bit. He says he negates and banishes, but I then tell him, what the fuck? Just, no. I read the card. You can't use the card. I have not activated any effects. If you were activating it when it was Link summoned, which would activate the effect, maybe you could use that. Nope. You drop it just as it's summoned. If you special summon as well, but again, it does not state that on this card.
Read, nigga! Read!
So this guy made broken card and fucked up using it. If you fuck up using your own card, which you made yourself, you should not Yu-Gi-Oh! But anyway, there is no duel after this, because he brings up, the effect he chose to bring up was special summon from the deck or extra deck. Zagreus does not have that effect. Let me read it for you. If this card is Link summoned, you can discard a card, target a Cataclysm monster in graveyard, add it to your hand, and once per turn, you can banish the top 3 cards of your deck, activate this field directly from your hand or deck. And you can only use each effect once per turn. And again, I do not see this specific effect on it. And we get into an argument. He says he's banishing my monster. I said, you can't. Says, my monster has effect. I keep telling him, no, his card does not have that effect. We get into a bickering argument for a while. He pauses the game. He pauses the game because he didn't read his own card, which perfectly sums up most of this community, but we can just sit here because my card clearly states I can discard to negate your special summon, but I mention it's when a card or effect is activated, not when a monster is special summoned, which is completely different to a card or effect being activated, because you're not activating a monster card from your hand. The rulebook specifies this. This conversation did go nowhere, and I thought, fuck it. Just banish it to save Sky's time. Except I had Called by the Grave, targeting Princess in his graveyard to banish it. And he paused the game again. Why have fun sitting here by yourself? If you want to ignore my card, I can just do the same. Which again, Called by the Grave, Konami made card, Konami made limited card. And to cut the shit, we declare a draw. We don't want to go through this bullshit anymore. And that's the end of the duel. It was a complete and utter shit show. Didn't even make it past the first turn. All because my opponent was stupid, didn't read his cards. And yeah, I hope you understand the pain I went through. And on that note, I'm sorry. I think the best thing for you is to not subscribe in case I make more shit like this. Or do. It's up to you. And yeah, see you later. How do you fuck up your own plays?